Hi everybody, welcome back to FRAG-MENTAL. Today, I'd like to introduce you to the house of Susskind. Stay tuned to FM. Susskind are a brand new house based in Paris, and they have a range of 5 fragrances marketed to men. I've recently had the good fortune to try the whole line of fragrances and I'm really impressed with all of them, so I thought it might be useful for me to share my experiences with you. Let's take a look at the first one, and as it's the first bottle I'm picking up, I'll just talk briefly about the presentation. They're all the same bottle. They come in a 30ml size. They're an eau de parfum concentration. The glass bottles are really sturdy, solid, good quality, simple but understated, and I think that's a good reflection of this brand. Really easy to throw 1 or 2 of these in your suitcase if you're traveling, nice and robust and sturdy. All in all, I think they're a really nice presentation. So this one is called Fresh-Skinned. The notes in this are anise, grapefruit in the top, violet in the mid, sandalwood, amber and cedar in the base. So pretty simple note breakdown, but I think there's more going on in these than are listed in the notes. I think there's just a few highlighted notes listed to kind of give you an idea of the type of fragrance it is. When these scents arrived and I looked in the box and I saw Fresh-Skinned, I tend to be drawn more to darker fragrances, more gourmand, more resinous fragrances. So I thought that this would perhaps not be as much to my liking as some of the other ones in the lineup. When I sprayed this, I instantly fell in love with it. It's not a freshie, it's fresher than the others. It has some lovely freshness in the opening notes, and that freshness does remain all the way through the fragrance, but it's also complemented by a lovely depth. It almost has a luxurious creaminess to this one, as do all the fragrances, but the fresher notes in this combined with those deeper, darker, more luxurious kind of creamy notes. There is some sandalwood in this, which perhaps is providing the creaminess. It's just a winning combination. This actually ended up being one of my favorites. I could wear this for any occasion. I could dress this up, I could dress this down, I could wear it around the house, I could spray it before going to bed, I could wear it for the gym. It is super versatile. So Fresh-Skinned is really, really enjoyable. The next one is called Silk. Now, when you think of a fragrance called Silk, you would expect it to be smooth and dreamy, and it absolutely is. I don't know if it's possible for a scent to get any smoother than this. Let me read you the notes. In the top, there's wood from cashmere. In the mid, there's oak moss. In the base, there's musk. So again, a basic set of notes, and this is a pretty simple fragrance. I don't think there's too much complexity to it in terms of how it develops on my skin. I think it's relatively linear, but simple can be done well, and this is. Silk is a really well done fragrance. I wore this several times. One of the occasions I wore this was for work, and I was just smelling this for hours on my skin, and it isn't bold. None of these I would say are really bold scents. This is perhaps the most subtle of them, but I was just getting lovely wafts for a good few hours. It's got a very kind of clean but luxurious smell to it as well. I wouldn't describe it necessarily as soapy. It is just silky smooth. It does project. It lasts amazingly well. Silk was another very enjoyable fragrance in this lineup. The next one I'm going to look at here is Black Influence. So this is the one that I thought I would instantly love the most. So when I first smelled this one, it reminded me of just drinking a really smooth Jack Daniels and Coke. The notes in this are cardamom and nutmeg in the top. In the heart, there's vetiver and vanilla. In the base, there's benzoin, tonka beans and musk. So sweet spices, vanilla, tonka bean, benzoin and musks. This is just a gorgeously smooth fragrance. It is a little bit darker in tone than the others, but it isn't bolder. I wouldn't say any one of these is a particularly bold fragrance. It's just a little darker, a little richer. So really smooth, really sweet, and a little bit boozy as well, I thought. Black Influence is an absolute stunner. The next one is called Gentleman. As you might expect, this is a very refined fragrance that would be perfect for a gentleman dressed up. The notes in this one are mint from Morocco and bergamot in the top. In the heart, ginger and sandalwood, and in the base, ambergris and musk. Even though bergamot is a listed note in this, it's not a sharp, citrusy bergamot. It's just a hint of it there just to lift this one and elevate it a little bit, as is the mint. But again, the mint is pretty subtle in this. It's not a loud mint, it's just a super smooth, delicately nuanced mint, as is the whole fragrance really. It's just very refined and elegant. Again, it's got that lovely smoothness that is just prevalent across the whole range of these 5 fragrances, that silky smoothness. The mint for me is the most prominent note in this. It really makes this fragrance. It's just there enough to be able to smell it and really appreciate it, but it's not overly minty. So Gentleman is another fantastic fragrance. The last one is Extreme Wood. The notes in this one are bergamot and orange in the top, rose from Turkey and jasmine in the mid, and in the base, sandalwood, cedar, ambergris and patchouli. To give you some idea of the scent profile of this one, it's along the same lines as Aventus, but I'd say it's a little more floral than Aventus and a little more resinous in its woods as well. Not got that sharp birch tar note that Aventus can have that provides it with a little bit of smokiness. There isn't any woody smokiness in this. It's more of a sweet, deep, resinous type of woody accord. The florals in the mid of this are just beautifully done. The hint of rose and the jasmine, a faint glimmer of smooth orange in the top, absolutely beautiful. So that's all the 5 fragrances. Let me tell you which my 2 favourites are, although I did love them all and I'm looking forward to wearing all of them. I have really been enjoying wearing all of these. So my 2 favourites were Fresh Skinned and Black Influence. These would be 2 good ones to own actually, because you've got the fresher nature of this one and the slightly darker notes of Black Influence. So these 2 to own together would complement each other nicely as a pair, especially if you were traveling and you wanted to throw these in a bag and you wanted 2 different types of scents for different occasions. You might want a slightly fresher day scent and then a more decadent, indulgent scent for the evening. So winning combo. Even though those 2 were my favourites, as I said, I really enjoyed the whole line. The other thing I really love about these is that they have great performance without being too bold, too in your face, too shouty. They're all beautifully subtle, so they will get you noticed, you will get projection from these, you'll get good projection, and you'll get great longevity out of them, or I did anyway. So to have really subtle, elegant, beautiful scents that aren't too loud but have great performance, I think is testament to the compositions of these. Even though these are marketed at men, I think these would work equally as well for women. In fact, I would love to smell some of these off a woman. I think they are just beautiful, elegant scents. They're also really versatile. You can wear these any time of year for any occasion, dress them up, dress them down. And the final great thing I'll say about these is the price. They are super affordable. So you can pick these up off Susskind's website for just €35.79, which is a steal. I don't think they have a UK outlet that I know of, but you can order from their website. They also have sample sets, so you have the opportunity to try out the whole line of fragrances. If you're in the States, obviously that would cost a little bit more in shipping to order from Europe. They are now being sold at Door Perfumes, so that's great news for anyone watching this video based in the States, and I think that's quite a few of you from looking at my percentages. So I will leave a link both to Susskind's website and to Door Perfumes website in the description below this video. To sum up, it's a great line. You can't really go wrong with any of these fragrances. They're all very wearable, very versatile, very affordable, and the juice on offer here is just absolutely stunning. I'm really impressed. Please, if you do try these out, or if you've already tried them out, leave some comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to see if you enjoy these as much as me. Okay, that's it from me. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and until next time, keep tuning into FM and keep smelling good.